So is RegisterHer part of a Voice for Men too, or is that a separate thing?
It's something that I own, or that's owned by a Voice for Men.
Okay. And what is that?
RegisterHer is essentially a registry of female pedophiles, sex abusers, false accusers, things of that nature, and women that have engaged in criminal activity designed to curb the free speech of people advocating for men's issues.
Okay, and so how does the website work?
Basically, there's an editorial board for RegisterHer that takes a case-by-case review. Nobody's put in there on accusation. There must be either court documents proving the case. In the case of false accusations, it has to either be a conviction for making a false accusation or a public admission that they were lying about the accusation. And it goes through a process and eventually approved, and they become part of the registry. The real reason, because I mean, all this is surface stuff, the real reason that RegisterHer exists is to address the sentencing disparity. And because if you go through the registrants on that site, you find time after time after time of women that were convicted of crimes and essentially got no punishment. When men convicted of the same crimes are severely punished for the same crimes. The other thing about it is that, particularly with the case of false accusers, is that we believe that it's a community service to let men know who is out there in the community that has a history of lying about being raped. And again, we are extremely meticulous to make sure that these are cases that either they have admitted that they've lied publicly and we have a news source for each story, or there's a record of a court conviction for doing it. We're not in the false accusation business. We only put people on there when there's proof of it.
That sounds completely reasonable. I mean, you have pedophile websites where, like, soccer moms can basically go and look in a 50-mile radius and see what, child abusers are nearby and keep that accountable. So register.
So why not this? Yes, yeah. It is. It's absolutely reasonable, and it's overdue. We plan on continuing it for the foreseeable future. Now, there is, of course, our critics, feminist critics, say it's backlash. It's designed to make these women targets. And the only thing I can respond to with that is to say that it's no more making these women targets than a pedophile registry is making those men targets. Yeah, there's possible consequences for people that engage in that kind of conduct. Of course, it would seem to me that the way that you avoid that is to not engage in that conduct, and you don't end up on a registry anywhere, male or female. But we found some real value in it, and we'll be continuing it.
But you've been attacked a lot for having that, right? RegisterHer?
Constantly. Hardly a week goes by without somebody attacking it. And again, I think this speaks to the overall problem in the culture, is that if we put men on a registry, everybody's rosy about it. But women? Oh my God. You can't put women on a registry. Somebody may have harsh thoughts about them. That is sort of what we're dealing with here. I don't see any reason not to have that registry at all. I think it's a public service. Nobody else is doing it, so we're going to.